The 39 paintings in this exhibit represent the first major retrospective ever to focus exclusively on the color field movement, a school of painting that emerged in Washington, D.C. in the 1950s and has since found admirers around the world. Joanna Marsh is coordinating curator of the Smithsonian American Art Museum, which is staging the exhibit.
The work is meant to be seen and experienced. It's meant to create a kind of immersive experience for the viewer. I think no amount of description can really capture what standing in front of these paintings is like.
Purely abstract in form, color field art is characterized by large, unbroken fields of color spread across typically large canvases. Many, though not all of the paintings in this mode, were created by pouring, spraying, or dripping paint on canvas.
I think that while many of the canvases were created in a very spontaneous way that harnessed properties of chance and gravity, there was a great deal of thought that went into creating the compositions, particularly in the case of Helen Frankenthaler's work.
Frankenthaler's work is represented here by this 1967 canvas called Flood, and this painting from 1973 called Off-White Square. Both probe the effect of color as a force in its own right. Other major artists working in this mode include Kenneth Noland, Frank Stella, and Gene Davis.
I think that this movement, the color field school, is particularly accessible. Everyone can understand color, and I think the work has such visual impact and expressive potential that you can't help but have a kind of visceral, emotional experience when you're confronting the paintings.
The color field movement sprang out of earlier experiments in non-representational painting, and examples of those inspirational works appear in this exhibit as well.
What's interesting about the color field movement is that while it evolved in the 1960s and 70s, a politically and socially tumultuous period in U.S. history, the work of these artists is decidedly apolitical. It is not about the exterior world, but rather the interior world of the artist and the viewer.
The color field movement is now recognized by many as one of the signature achievements of post-war American art. George Dwyer, VOA News.